Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. Sorry that my hair is very puffy this morning or going into early afternoon now because I was sleeping a little in a dead sleep for a while and my hair just got messy while I was trying to sleep and all that. But still, because I went to bed and I got about 9 hours sleep or so I think I'm okay to do this review. So I'm doing this album review for a new album review for Ocean's 8 Alaska's new album that I wanted to check out and see what I thought of it. So this is for Disparity that I just got done listening to for this 32-minute album and a consisting track list of 11 songs. So I'm going to discuss what I listened to for this Ocean's 8 Alaska Disparity album and let you know my thoughts on it. So let's dive into this album review, this new album review. Now it does come out tomorrow everywhere on YouTube and for I guess CD or something like that. I don't know if they're releasing the CD for this song or this album I meant to say. But still, what did I think of this album? I think the first song on here, Paradigm, was solid. It's good in its own way. Just I wasn't sure if I was connecting with this song because of how the melody changes so much in the track and it kind of bothered me a bit, but I guess I just got to re-listen to this again and give my official take on it. But for now, I'll give Paradigm a 4.5 out of 5. I don't hate James Harrison's screaming vocals and his screech screams. It's just some of his clean sings. I don't know if I can get on board with that one, but still, it's something at least. So 4.5 out of 5. That's just my opinion at least. Nova is a pretty solid track. It's not bad. It's just good in its own way. So 4.5 out of 5 for that one. I know the single for it came out 12 days ago. I never listened to the singles for this album, so I wanted to go into this with an open mindset to see what I thought of it. Um, like, just see what I was going to think of this album as a whole. And I was pretty impressed. So, yeah. 4.5 out of 5 for Nova. Don't really hate this song, just think it's good in its own way, but solid. Has some solid moments in the track and some sort of weak moments, depending on the area in the song. Um, might be like the verse 2 or something like that. So I can't remember what, but still. Metamorph was a pretty solid track. It's good in its own way, in my opinion. Some of James Harrison's clean sings in it, I don't know if I can get on board with, and then there's some melody changes throughout the track that kind of bother me a bit. So, the first three songs, I just want to say the melody changes are kind of a bit of a bother with me. They mix it up a little too much, and that's what kind of brought the rating down for this album a bit, but not too much. So, it's still a pretty good album, just it brings the rating down a slight tad bit. So, Metamorph's getting a 4.5 out of 5 in my opinion. Shallow Graves is a pretty good song. Wasn't hating this track. It really boosts the rating of the album a little bit more because of not having too much melody changes. It's sticking on course with how it's sounding. Mixing and production's pretty good, and James's screams and his screech screams and other things like that he does with this track. He plays with his voice a bit too much, but it still does really good with what it's going for. It's staying on course with the melody. That's what I like about certain metalcore songs, that it has to stay on course with the melody. I don't mind a little switch up once in a while with the melody, but as long as it executes very well, is what I'm saying. So 5 out of 5 for Shallow Graves. I really enjoyed this song. Soul, SOL, or Saul, um, pretty good song. Wasn't hating it. It's doesn't have any melody changes, so that's good. And it sticks on course, like I said, with the melody. So 5 out of 5 for this one. Wasn't hating it. I like the production and the mixing in it. And James's screams in it are really good. And some of his clean sings are pretty good too, depending on what you listen to with this track and what you get out of it, of course. So 5 out of 5. Dead Behind the Eyes was pretty good. This was a pretty strong track. Really enjoyed this one, so 5 out of 5. I like the screech scream that James does when he screams death behind the eyes. And he does the growl screams too that sound really good. So, yeah, 5 out of 5 for Dead Behind the Eyes. I really enjoyed this track. It was a banger. Plague Speech kind of brings the album back on a slightly almost messy course. Because of the melody change, it just and James doing some weird vocal screams that I don't know if I can get on board with, but it is solid in my opinion. So 4.5 out of 5. Disparity interlude is just an interlude. It's a minute and 32 seconds, but it's pretty good. I like the mixing behind it, and it's pretty strong. So 5 out of 5. Empty Space was another one that I don't know if I can feel for because of his clean sings, James's clean sings. Just not sure if I'm connecting with it too much on a personal level because it's meant to be sort of a mellow track, and then it has some heavy points in it with the breakdowns and all that. But I don't know if this track executes very well, but it's still solid. So 4.5 out of 5. I just gotta listen to this album again and give it another listen and see what I think of it. But it's not a long album. So New Dawn is the next track, and that was pretty good. I love the growl screams from James Harrison. It sounds really good. And just the screams that he does, even the screech screams sound really good. So 5 out of 5. Hallucinogen is the final track on the album. It plays a little too much with the electronic work in at the beginning of the song, but then it gets to some heavy moments with the breakdowns, and I really love that about the track. So 5 out of 5. Overall, production, mixing, and execution, I found myself actually liking this album. Surprisingly, even though I have quite a bit of least favorites, I think it's if it was like maybe a 4 out of 5 for one of the songs, then I would have had to give it a good rating. But still, overall, I think that Ocean's 8 Alaska's new album, Disparity, is a pretty good listen in my opinion. I highly recommend you check it out, give it a shot, and see what you think of it at least. Because other people might have a different opinion than mine on what they think of this album, but still, it's really good in my opinion. It's not the best album this year, but it is pretty good. So it will be on my best albums. So for a score, for me, I'm giving Ocean's 8 Alaska Disparity album an 8.5 out of 10. So it's a pretty good listen. Definitely recommend checking it out when it comes out tomorrow for all streaming services and uh, other things like that. It might be available for CD to buy it on CD. I don't know for sure. If it does come out for a CD version, that'd be great because they're actually a pretty good band. I just don't know if I was connecting with certain songs on the album, but still, 8.5 out of 10. It wasn't that disappointing. Comment below. Let me know what you guys thought of the new Ocean's 8 Alaska album Disparity if you've listened to it. And if you enjoyed this album review that I did for you guys this early afternoon, going in afternoon time, comment below and let me know your thoughts on it. Sorry, I kind of hiccuped and I was trying to say something. I was going to say tap a like on this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you can. Support the channel. I like hesitated and my voice broke or whatever. I don't fucking know. But it was weird. But still, sorry about that. It's just like a hesitating pause for a second with what I was trying to say. There was something in my mouth and it made me almost choke on my words for a bit. So sorry about that. But still, tap a like on this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you can. Support the channel. I will have another review coming out for, I believe, Megadeth's new album. And I just started watching the Mugen Train arc. I decided to watch it after all, I guess. And there was a lot more stuff that it explained about in this Mugen Train arc for Demon Slayer Season 2. So I will be doing a review for Mugen Train arc, but it'll just be Demon Slayer Mugen Train arc review. So I'm slipping up with my wording again. So please forgive me on that. But still, I hope you enjoyed this new album review for Ocean's 8 Alaska Disparity. It does come out tomorrow on September 1st, but I found it a little early because I downloaded it. But still, stay safe, guys. Take care. Hope you enjoyed this album review for Ocean's 8 Alaska Disparity. And as always, I will see you in my next review.